I'm going to try to make money betting on viral events for 30 days. I'll be going over the whole process from signing up, to planning, to betting. With people reportedly making hundreds, thousands, and even millions of dollars, let's see how much money I can make. The platform that I'll be using to bet is Polymarket. Polymarket is the world's largest prediction market that allows you to bet on future events with cryptocurrency. To start betting, you must first buy USDC from a cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase. You can use the link in the description of the video to get a $20 sign-up bonus. Once you've bought USDC, you need to transfer it to your wallet on Polymarket via Polygon or Ethereum. Lastly, you can make your first bet by navigating to the event, selecting a yes or no outcome, and enter the amount that you want to bet. Polymarket has a variety of events that you can bet on. You can bet on events like will Bitcoin hit $100,000 in 2024? How many times do you think Elon Musk will tweet within a week? Will Trump do a podcast with the Hawktower girl? And who will be the next James Bond actor? There are a total of 9 different categories that you can bet on, including sports, politics, pop culture, and more. My plan for this challenge is to only bet on events that I'm knowledgeable about, starting with $1,000. That way, I'll have an instant competitive edge because I can back up my bets with logical reasoning. I'll also try my best to avoid betting on events that have 50-50 odds or lower. This is because they are much riskier. The final goal is longevity. I don't want to blow up my account by betting all of my money on an event every single time. Instead, I'll try to make sizable bets so that I won't lose it all. For example, if I were to win $500 out of a $300 bet, I'll only use $200 for my next bet. On the first day, I bought $1,000 worth of USDC on Coinbase with my local currency and transferred it to Polymarket. This converts to $736 in USD less the transaction fees. The biggest event during that time was the US elections, so I'm going to bet on it. Unless you're living under a rock, you should know that it's Donald Trump against Kamala Harris. I decided to bet $735.90 on Trump winning the election. The main reason is that Trump is simply a better candidate than Kamala. The Trump administration had an incredible track record from 2016 to 2020. There were no wars, he secured the border, rebuilt the military, signed a peace agreement with North Korea, introduced tax cuts, defeated ISIS, and many more. The announcement of Joe Biden dropping out of the race was also haphazard after his disastrous performance during the debate against Trump. Moreover, no woman has ever won the US presidential election in the past 235 years, decreasing the odds of a Kamala Harris victory. After I made the bet on October 16, I waited until the results were released, which was on November 6, and then the news came in. Donald Trump is the official 45th President of the United States. My $736 bet turned into $1,241, making me a profit of $505. When I first made the bet, Trump was favoured at 57%, while Kamala only had a 42% chance to win. At one point, Trump had a 34% lead, but it narrowed down to a 12% lead 2 days before the election. During the election day, Trump's odds increased to 60% and jumped to over 70% when the votes started pouring in. That's when I knew that he had already won the election before mainstream media caught on. And let's not forget Elon Musk's public support for Trump, who has an influence over 600 million monthly users on X. Musk actually voted for Biden in 2020, but Biden decided to do him dirty by excluding Tesla from attending the EV summit at the White House. He publicly announced that he could no longer support the Democrats in 2022, saying that they've become the party of division and hate. Trump winning the election means that I now have a 100% win rate on my bets. Let's see if I can continue the streak. After the US elections were over, another big event was coming up. It was the Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson fight on Netflix. I bet $620 on Jake Paul to win, which was half of my total portfolio. The main reason is because of the age difference. Jake Paul is half of Mike Tyson's age at 27 years old and is at the prime of his boxing career. He has a record of 9 wins and 1 loss, mainly due to his strategic matchups. Paul always boxes older and retired fighters, with his only loss being to a younger, active professional boxer, Tommy Fury. Besides the age difference, Tyson also faced several health complications, including an ulcer flare-up in May that required multiple blood transfusions. His near-death experience resulted in the fight being postponed for 4 months. Tyson would absolutely destroy Jake Paul during his prime, but it's probably not going to be the case today, which is why I put my money on Paul. November 15 was the event, and I watched it live on Netflix. During the first round, Tyson's legs were shaky and his form was off, while Jake Paul was looking strong. In a matter of seconds, Jake Paul's odds shot up to over 60% on Polymarket and continued rising throughout the rest of the rounds. That's when I knew that it was over for Tyson. During the last few rounds, it was obvious that Paul was going easy on Tyson. Tyson was clearly struggling in the ring and didn't even throw a single punch in some of the rounds. In the end, Paul was declared the winner by unanimous decision and I made a $365 profit for my bet. This match was just a money grab for both players. Paul got $40 million from the fight, while Tyson got $20 million, and both of them walked out without sustaining any injuries. I originally intended for this challenge to be 30 days long. However, a huge event was about to take place, which was UFC 309. The main fight was Jon Jones vs Stipe Miocic, and it will be a waste not to bet on it. Jon Jones is arguably one of the best mixed martial artists of all time. He has a record of 27 wins and 1 loss, with his only loss being a disqualification. Miocic also has a solid record at 20 wins and 5 losses. And when Dana White is asked on who is the best UFC fighter of all time, here's what he has to say.
Jon Jones is the pound for pound best fighter in the world and the greatest fighter fucking ever. Period.
The fight was on the next day, and Jones was already 80% favored, but it was free money, so I bet $562 on him to win. During the main event, Jones was in control the whole way through, using his range and skill set to keep Miocic out of balance. Miocic was more active in the third round, but Jones connected a spinning back kick that caused him to fall. This caused the referee to wave off the fight, and Jones was declared as the winner by technical knockout. This bet made me a profit of $108, which was less than my previous bets because Jones was heavily favoured. Currently, I've won 3 out of 3 of my bets, but I'm not quite done yet. The final bet that I made was a prediction that Bitcoin would hit $90,000 on November 22. I bet yes and put in $500 on November 20. At that time, the market was already priced at a 85% chance that Bitcoin would close at $90,000 or above on November 22. So if I were to win the bet, I wouldn't earn that much. However, like my previous bet on Jon Jones, this should be free money. Bitcoin was also trading at around $90,000 to $91,000 for about 4 days straight, so it's unlikely that it will dip below that range. After I've made that bet, Bitcoin started breaking out from $90,000 to over $98,000 in just 3 days. On November 22, Bitcoin closed above $98,000, which was way past the market's expectations. This means that I won the bet, making me a profit of $81 on a $500 bet. It's now time for the overall results. I started with $736 in my Polymarket account on the first day. After making calculated bets for over 30 days, I ended up with $1,796. This means that I've made a total profit of $1,060, which is a 144% gain. I've made 4 bets in total and won them all, so I have a 100% win rate so far. My bets also put me in the leaderboards in terms of profit, with a position of 5,441 among hundreds of thousands of users. But the question is, will I be able to continue this streak? Even though I had a good month, just one bad bet in the future can wipe out my entire portfolio. In reality, gambling is not a stable source of income because it's unreliable and anything can happen. For now, my plan is to continue to make 1 to 2 sizable bets per month on events that I'm knowledgeable about. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm not going to go all in on a single bet because it's the easiest way to blow up my account. For now, we'll see each other again in part 2 of the challenge.